Hey, small business people and lovers of good stories in general. This is Small Business War Stories, and today is episode number 007. Today I spoke to Kyra Matos about her two different locations for Mantis Massage and what it means to start a massage therapy business. And today's episode is brought to you by Proven.com. And Proven is the best small business hiring tool in the land. I'm a little biased because I founded the company together with my business partner Sean, but thousands of customers nationwide use Proven and agree. Proven's more than just another job board. You post to one place, it goes to over 100 job boards. You organize everyone in one place, and you get a free 5-day trial. You can cancel anytime, and you pay as you go. There's no commitments or subscriptions. So go try it today. Proven.com. And also keep an eye out for the Soul of America tour. Small Business War Stories is going to be hitting the road in April, and I am going to be going with my puppy, Muddy Waggers, all the way up from Austin, Texas, through to Saginaw, Michigan, going through Oklahoma and Missouri and Illinois, and coming down through Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, and Louisiana back to Texas. So we're going to be talking to a lot of different folks on the road. Without further ado, please enjoy episode 007 with Kyra Matos. Small Business War Stories. Small businesses are the soul of America. And this is where they tell their stories. I am your host, Pablo Fuentes. And we are live here at Small Business War Stories, episode 007. I am really excited to be here with Kyra Matos today. She is the owner of Mantis Massage in Austin. Welcome to the show, Kyra.
Thanks for having me.
It's awesome to have our first woman small business owner-operator on the show. Really exciting. And again, if any of our listeners have more ideas for guests, please email us at podcast@proven.com. And I have to start by asking you, where does the name come from? I mean, it's a great alliteration, the Mantis Massage. How did that come about?
So I named it Mantis Massage because massage sort of has the connotation that it's very relaxing, and it's all about stress relief. And praying mantises, they also have this, you see praying mantises in yoga, in Kung Fu also, like it's this very calm and meditative image, but a praying mantis will also just like grab a butterfly out of the air and eat it in one gulp.
Wow.
And it's very intense. And so at Mantis Massage, we're like that. We're not the spa scene. We're not just here to relax you. Like, we're going to kick your butt.
There you go. Mantis Massage, where you're going to get your butt kicked. I love that. Tell me a little bit more about the history of the business. So you have two locations now, right? Here in Austin, one in North Austin, one in South Austin. Tell me a little bit more about how this all came about.
Yeah, so I never set out to start a business, actually. I was just working in one little room by myself in East Austin, and a local restaurant, Contigo, I am forever indebted to them, called me up one day and asked if they could buy gift certificates to see me for all of their staff, and I quit my other job, and Mantis Massage was born.
Wow. Okay. And did you open one location first and then the second one? How was that progression?
Yeah, well, the first location, Mantis Massage was just me.
Okay.
When my son started kindergarten, I couldn't work in the evenings anymore, so I hired one person to take my evening appointments, and it really just grew organically from there. There wasn't really a place in Austin doing the kind of straight deep tissue clinical work that we do.
Okay. What's something that most people don't know about the massage business? I'm sure that there's behind the scenes things what's something that people don't think about that is part of your everyday life?
Yeah, so to be a massage therapist, you go through a lot of training. You do a lot of kinesiology, physiology, biology courses. We really are very highly trained to work the muscles. I think a lot of people think about massage and they think more the spa side of things, but we work with anatomy.
Got it. Okay. So let's go back a little bit before. So you said you never thought that you would end up, being the owner of a massage business. I want to talk to you a little bit about the decision about how long were you thinking about setting out on your own as a business, and what are maybe some of the pros and cons of being working for maybe another person's massage company or massage place versus opening your own?
Well, I think working for someone else is nice because you spend a lot of time in the massage room, which is what I really, really enjoy.
Uh-huh.
I think the biggest challenge of working for myself has been how much more time I spend in front of the computer than working on people's bodies. So that's a challenge. Working for someone else, they're the ones expected to bring in your clients and find work for you. You just have to show up. But I do feel like this is a lot more rewarding and fruitful, and we have to get out there in the community and meet people and bring them in to see us. And
yes,
that's a really nice part of it.
Let's talk a little bit about that. So you do a great job of getting out to a lot of arts and crafts meetups and a lot of different community events. How do you see that active engaging with the community, and what are some of the things you've learned in that process?
Engaging with people in the community is one of our favorite things to do. It's nice to meet so many different people, and it's nice to give them a little bit of a taste of what we do. When we go out to an event, we bring a massage table and we get people on the table, and we give out free massages, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and people get a taste of our work. And a lot of those people have either never had a massage before or they've never had a clinical massage before.
Okay.
So it's nice to show them.
Okay, awesome. And do other therapists in your business also engage in that, or is it mostly you out there in these events?
Yeah, we all try to engage. I'll set up an event and then look for therapists to work the event. If it doesn't work out with their schedule, then I'm the one there.
Yeah.
But I really like everyone to participate in those events, and people from the community get to meet us all.
Awesome. What's been one of the biggest challenges of starting the business? So what's maybe something that you didn't think about before you set out to start your business that's been something that's been challenging?
Yeah, so when we opened Mantis on Airport, or when I opened Mantis on Airport, it was just me in one room, and then it was one other therapist in one room, and it grew so slowly and so organically.
Mm-hmm.
And we kept meeting more people and just fulfilling the needs of the community as they came up. When we opened South Congress, we were always full at Airport, and we were turning away so many people. I just thought, we could collect them all and give them the services they were looking for on South Congress. But there were two barriers. One is that people do not want to cross the river.
Yeah,
so it was hard
there's
to
an
get.
interesting dynamic in Austin, right? Where part of the problem is the traffic, and there's only like 3 bridges. But is that's interesting you say that.
Mm-hmm. So we weren't finding that the same clientele would come to South Austin. And then second was we weren't in the community yet. We hadn't gone out to meet the people.
Yeah.
We weren't connected with different athletic clubs and health groups. So we really just tried to start what we already had from scratch, and that is, it continues to be a challenge. We really have to get out there and meet people and show them what we're about and let them know that we're here.
Okay, so continuing to engage people, and maybe with this more spread out geography, it's almost like running 2 separate businesses as opposed to one.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay.
And they both have their own personalities,
Tell me more about that. How are the different personalities of the places?
Well, it's like, when you have a second child and you realize that child is going to be so different from the first.
Sure.
And you think, I've got this. I can do this all again.
Yeah.
And that's not the case. And so, we have, our clientele is different here. People have different schedules here. So we are using the same schedule from Airport, and I think we have to make that work.
Yeah.
But we've also thought about changing it just to fit the culture in South Austin.
So I'm hearing adaptability is a big part of what's been the challenge, but also I'm sure that's made you grow as well.
Yeah, it really has. It's made us grow and start to look at things in a different way.
Okay.
You know, it's
What's
not just
something,
a
maybe an
stick out.
example of that? What's something that you look at differently today than you used to when you first started the business?
What is something I look at differently today? Um, I think getting out there.
Yeah.
That happened so organically at airport. It was just that we met people.
Yeah.
It wasn't part of the business plan,
Yeah.
you know, really ramping up our events and really ramping up going out to different businesses around town and meeting people. Just seemed like, yeah, we'll do that when it makes sense, but that really has to be a very big part of our day-to-day operations.
Got it. So maybe building on that, what's been one of the more rewarding aspects of having, I mean, obviously engaging with the community and meeting lots of different types of people must be interesting. But what are the things that keep you going on the tough days when things maybe get difficult?
I think my staff are great, and you know, we were limited in the number of people that we could have at the airport location, but we've been able to bring more people on and more personalities, and I just work with this amazing group of supportive women, and I love them all.
Cool.
Every time we bring someone new on, it's a new personality and just so much more love.
Now, so there may be some of our audience, some of our listeners who are thinking about, should I go out on my own? Maybe there's lots of different types of businesses that are similar. You know, stylists come to mind, personal trainers come to mind, where you could either go and do something on your own versus continue to work. What would you say are the things, you know thyself is the most important thing. What are the things that somebody should know about? Maybe is there a specific type of person that maybe shouldn't go start a company, or a certain type of lifestyle that maybe wouldn't fit with that?
I don't think so. I mean, we're in Austin. I don't know where it would be like in other places, but I think everything comes in all shapes and sizes in Austin.
Right.
I mean, even if you're not a person who likes to get out there, I think you can work for yourself and just make it whatever you want it to be.
Cool.
But I would say that you need to have patience and grow things slowly.
Okay. Tell me more about that. How has that been important for you?
I think it's really important to fulfill a need, and assuming a need is not going to be fruitful.
What do you mean by assuming a need?
Well, I thought that the second clinic we would open would be a walk-in clinic. I want Mantis Massage to be the place that people know to go when their body hurts.
Okay.
You know, they wake up with a crick in their neck,
or
a running, you have a running injury, you go to jiu-jitsu, yeah, and you know, your body hurts and you think Mantis Massage, I'm going to go there.
Yeah.
And so I thought, let's open a walk-in clinic so that anyone can come in and within an hour be seen for a massage. Because we were having a hard time fitting those people in at Airport Boulevard because we were always so booked.
Right.
So our very loyal clients and friends knew they could get that work from us, but couldn't get it in time.
Okay.
And now that we've opened South Congress, and we have lots of availability all the time.
Yeah.
I know that it's not a business model that's going to work in Austin.
Got it. Is it a business model that works elsewhere? Do those exist somewhere or not?
Not in the United States.
Okay.
And where they do exist, it's not really like we want to do it. Like, we want it to be sort of akin to urgent care, like urgent care for your muscles.
Okay, interesting.
And I don't know of it existing here. I thought it was a great idea.
Yeah. So what part of the idea didn't work? It just the demand wasn't there, or is it?
Well, I think I was basing that on how busy we were at our Airport Boulevard clinic, but we were just busy there because we had a very solid clientele.
Yeah.
And that's not the case at South Congress.
Okay.
The case is that you have to build your solid clientele.
Your client base. That makes sense. That makes sense. So what do you think will need to change? Do you think that there's a possibility for that business model to work at some point? I mean, you're always obviously experimenting and trying different things out. And actually, you as a business owner, I'm as one of your customers, I see a lot of the experimentation that you do on the marketing front. It's really cool to see how it's all evolved. How do you think about these experiments, and how do you tell when something's working and not working, and when do you pull back or press the accelerator?
Yeah, well, I think that what I found with that is that we're not going to try to do it because people like building a relationship with their therapist.
Okay.
And if it were just a walk in clinic, we wouldn't be able to provide that client therapist relationship that we're able to provide now.
Okay.
So I don't think it would be very sustainable.
Cool.
You could come in when your neck hurts, but
Yeah.
I don't think that you're going to, even if you leave with your body feeling better, it's not the whole experience that we are able to provide.
Right, where people sort of prep mentally for I'm going to go get a massage and they have it scheduled in their time
Yeah, and they
feel
leave with
more...
a treatment plan
Okay.
and they know when they're coming back and they know who their therapist is and their therapist is going to do this specific work.
Makes
That's
sense.
what people are looking for.
Okay.
And that's what we're good at providing.
Great. So let's talk more about the experimentation side. So you tried that wasn't necessarily working, so you're homing in on something that does work. What are other things that you're experimenting with and coming up with new ideas for how to do your business?
Well, right now we're thinking about, we give a lot of homework.
Mm-hmm.
We tell people very often to get a specific foam roller to roll out their IT bands. We
Yeah.
love Theracanes. They're great for congestion in the shoulders.
Yeah.
And we send people away to Academy Dicks to buy those things. So we're thinking about maybe offering those things here.
Oh, okay.
But I've
Interesting.
always disliked retail and
Yeah.
the pressure it puts on the therapist to sell, the client to buy.
Right. You think it changes the dynamic a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're experimenting with how to give people what they need in a genuine and organic way.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Okay, so what are some of the oddest or wackiest thing that you see in your business? I mean, if maybe some of our listeners, for their edification, what are some things that make you kind of scratch your head that you see in your business?
I mean, it's the massage industry, so it has a history. You know, what's really funny is how many calls we get around Christmas. You know, you get people calling and feeling out what it is that you provide, and we have a script for when people ask, hi, do you provide full body massage?
Interesting.
We know what they're after, and we have a script for what they're going to tell them, but it's funny how many women call for their husbands around Christmas looking for that service. That is just the wackiest thing that I haven't been able to figure out.
That is not something I would have expected.
Yeah, and when men call looking for it, they're going to use these code words, do you do anything special, things like that. But women are much more forward. Like, I'm looking for this for my husband. I just had a baby. I just really want him to get what he needs. Is that something you guys do? They're very open like that. So, those wacky things.
Interesting. That is definitely not something I would have expected. Got it. Okay. Hey, what's the gist of the script? How you tell people that's not what we do?
So we say that we're a clinical deep tissue practice, and so we deal with a lot of pain and injuries. What is it that you're looking to get worked on today? And then they'll either hang up or tell you what's hurting them.
Got it.
And
Cool.
they know what they're in for.
Sounds good. Actually, related to that, so it looks like you're really carving yourself a really nice place in the market with having this clinical deep tissue work. How do you want your brand to grow in the next 10 years? So what do you want people to think when they think Mantis Massage, and where do you see your company going?
Yeah, so one thing I really want the public to know is that massage is not just for stress relief, and it's not just, hot stone scrubs and what you think of as spa massage, even though those things are, wonderful and have their own purpose.
Yeah.
I want people to know that we fix muscles, and we're very highly trained to do so.
Okay.
So I want people to think of us when their body hurts. I want to be the place that people think of.
That is a great brand. The place for people to think of when their body hurts.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's talk a little bit about Austin. Austin's changing a lot. We've had not all, but quite a few guests in our podcast so far from this area. I'm curious as to where you see the city going. I mean, it's growing really fast. You have a lot of challenges maybe with traffic. How do you keep, and there's also this balance of how do you keep economic growth going with also how do you conserve and preserve and foster the soul of the city and a lot of the art. I know you're a big fan of music and you play a little bit. So how do you see this all going in the next 10 years in the city?
Yeah, I think there's where Austin was going before the election, and now I think we have so many questions about where the world is going, where Austin is going. I think there's a large group of people who live in Austin who are feeling threatened right now, which isn't good for sustainability. It's not good for the economy. It's not good for anyone's understanding of their own stability. I don't know where that's going to go. I have a lot of questions about that.
Yeah. Well, one of the goals of the podcast is to get people's perspective across America, because I think one of our biggest problems is that people are more divided, and I think we're much more similar in all sides of the political spectrum than most people would believe. And one of the things I want to highlight with this podcast is, how people's challenges in everyday lives are more similar than they're different.
Yeah, sure.
So how do you think Austin can grow while also keeping that kind of soulful art part of it?
Yeah, well, I would love to see a little bit more protection for the old homes and the older architecture in Austin. I think we're a little bit too quick to knock things down and pave the way for something else.
For the next subdivision.
That we haven't really defined. There are all of these condos being built, and I wonder if they're just blueprints that are being used somewhere else, if they don't have any Austin flavor
I hear you.
At all. So being able to grow our population, which is something that is going to happen, while still allowing our culture to grow with it, is something I would really like to see happen.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you want our audience to know about you, your business, or anything that you're involved in? Any other projects? You're playing some guitar, or anything that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I don't really play too much guitar actually, but what are we involved in? We're gonna be doing a lot of the Austin Flea is a really cool local flea market that highlights a lot of Austin businesses and makers. The austinflea.net I think is their website, and we're going to be at a lot of their events along with a lot of other really awesome local businesses. And then we're here when you need us, when you
awesome.
wake
And
up.
where can people find you? What is your website, and what are your social media handles?
mantismassage.com is our website, and all of our handles are at Mantis Massage. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Google+.
That's Mantis Massage in Austin, Texas. Well, Kyra, it's been a pleasure to have you on Small Business War Stories. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for the delicious green ginger tea we're enjoying here. It's very relaxing.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Thanks.
Thank you for listening to Small Business War Stories. If you enjoy the show, share it with a friend, or you can subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher, or on our blog at blog.proven.com. If you have an idea for us, we'd love to hear it. Please email us at podcast@proven.com. See you next time. Small Business War Stories. Small businesses are the soul of America. And this is where they tell their stories. I am your host, Pablo Fuentes.